Hi guys, so we're going to take a look at some pyramid programs. Let's take a look at this right angled triangle which is filled up with asterisks. How do you find how to write the loop for such a program, or how do we start by going on how do you exactly attack a program, attack this pyramid, how do you dissect it down to see how do you to write down the loop involved. So first let's look at the fact that there is no space on the left hand side of it. There is no space, it starts along with the first asterisk. So there is nothing complicated, it's very simple for now. Now for a value n is equal to 5, we have 5 rows. That means if you ask the user for the number of rows and it enters 5, you will have 5 rows, no change inside that. Now I'm going to start to number the rows. So this is row number 1, this is row number 2, and this is row number 3, row number 4, and row number 5. So we have got the row numbers. Now we are going to write the number of asterisks in each rows. So in the first row we have 1 asterisk, in the second row we have 2 asterisks. In the third row we have 3, in the fourth row we have 4, in the fifth row we've got 5. So we've got 5 rows, and in each of the row you print as many asterisks as the row number. That's all. No extra space, no spacing. It's just that you print as many number of asterisks as the row number, and once you've finished with the row number, just go to the next line. Because after the first row you have to go to the second row to print 2 asterisks, then you have to go to the third row to print 3 asterisks. Okay, so by taking this into this box, by taking this into an idea, it's just like a number counting thing where you just have to count the number of rows, and in each row you're just going to count the number of values up till the row number, and then you're just going to go ahead and print out the asterisks. So for printing from 1 to n, we're just going to use the logic. How do you print from 1 to n? You would have used a loop. So I'm going to have something that is going to go from 1 to n, like a variable that is going to go from 1 to n. I'm definitely going to use a loop. So I'll be starting by writing a loop for I. Starts from 1, goes all the way equal to n, not less than n, not greater than n, till the value of n. And it keeps on incrementing it. Now I told you there is no space or anything initially, so we don't need to write anything extra. We can directly go on to printing the value of the printing the asterisk design. So now how do you find out what are the conditions, what is the initialization of the second loop? Look at this. This is one number for the first row. The second row, you can say it is 2 numbers. So I'll be writing this as 1. I can write this as 1 and 2, 2 numbers. This can be 1, 2, 3. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, I'm just counting. And I'm not going to print out 1, 2, 3. In place of that, I'll just print out an asterisk. So this counting is again counting from 1 to some number. So again, it will involve a loop. So you can notice that in each of these, it starts from 1. So I'm going to write j is equal to 1 every time. And till where does it go? Check out the last values. It's what? It's same as the row number. So row number is determined by the variable I. So you can write j should be less than or equal to the I value at each loop. So the first loop I will be 1, the second loop I will be 2, the third loop I will be 3, and so on. And the counting starts from 1. So the first time it goes from 1 to 1. That is just a single variable, single iteration. The second time it will go from 1 to 2. That is 2 iterations. The third time it will go from 1 to 3. That is 3 iterations. So we have achieved the number of iterations we need. So j plus plus. And what am I supposed to do each time it counts from 1 to the value of I? Print out an asterisk. So I go ahead and write printf asterisk, and once it finishes the entire j loop running, printing out 1 in first row, 2 in the second row, 3 in the second row, after that I have to go to the next line. So outside the j loop but inside the I loop, I'm going to write a statement for the next line. Printf /n and close the loop. That's all that is to it. Now if you want more space in between your asterisks, you can definitely leave a space and then print, so that it will not be very cramped. Otherwise the asterisks will be very cramped and will be placed close to each other. So this is the initial loop basic pyramid program that everybody has to code first. It's just a right angle triangle filled with asterisks. So since you do not have space, always when you degrade such questions down or into how to analyze, when you analyze it and how to write exactly the loop, check for spaces, check for common stuff that occurs in every row, which will help you to decide what exactly to put in the values. So here there is no space initially, so I don't have to take care of any space issue. You can directly go ahead and print. Now we look at this in the code. So we are going to code how to print the pattern as given by the asterisk. So like we saw in the logic, we'll be having a for loop for the variable I less than or equal to n, I plus plus, going ahead and writing the j loop for j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, and j plus plus. Now we have to print the asterisk, and as part of the I loop, a /n statement should be printed after every row. Now for this, first we need to ask our user for the number of rows, obviously, enter n, and scanf %d ampersand n. Now we need I, j, and n for our code to work. Okay, we'll go about executing it. Enter n, 5, and press enter. You have the asterisk printed in the right angle triangle. Like I said earlier, if you wanted to put a space, you can put a space and run the program once again. Enter n5 and it will come in a little more spaced out manner rather than a cramped manner. You can also run it for bigger values like 10. It will be a bigger asterisk. More bigger value 20. It will be a bigger right angled triangle. So this is the logic for printing a right angled triangle of this format. Okay, thank you.